Hey everybody, Tony D and little Joan with your Hollywoke hot take. Joan, do you want to say hi? There you are. There you are. You're nice and warm under there. All right, I'll put it back down so you stay calm. Otherwise, she'll be up and crazy again. Hollywood politics. I keep telling you, it doesn't mix. But even when you try to stay out of politics, as Chris Pratt has done, Twitter attacked him anyway. Now you've got cancel culture going after people for not being something. And this is actually a pretty good article from the Mercury News. It breaks down what happened over the past year to Pratt, how he got kind of canceled by Twitter, and then the Avengers came to his aid and defended him. All the actors from the Avengers, Downey and Ruffalo, which was very gracious of them. I think that really shows you. I always said, I'm a huge fan of Downey. I mean, he's great. And even Ruffalo, I have respect for him, even though I don't agree with all his political stuff. It's very, very left. But they defended him. Now, they tend to defend, actors tend to defend each other in Hollywood. I mean, that tends to be a thing. But a few of the others came out too, a lot of his co stars. And there was some ridiculous thing on Twitter about replacing Pratt with Jack Black, which makes zero sense, by the way. Look, I like Jack Black too, but Chris Pratt is playing Star-Lord, a superhero. He got all in shape and everything. Zero Dark 30, he got in super good shape. And, you know, and I love Jack Black. I'd like to see him in more stuff. But he's kind of short and dumpy, but he's more of a comedic guy. Pratt's pretty funny too. I mean, he was very funny in Parks and Rec, and but now he's a leading man role. That's a different ball game. He's leading man material now. So as long as his handsomeness holds, he's going to be the star. Jack is going to be one of the stars or the co-star. That's just the way it is in Hollywood. Jack was big for a while, and you think he was crazy before. You should see him now. He looks like a crazy old man with a giant beard. But yeah, leave Pratt alone. Leave him alone, Twitter, you a-holes. Julia Louise-Dreyfus, platform to promote Get Out the Vote event for left-wing group under investigation in Georgia. And you can see her with her pink hat. Look, she's probably going to be left wing. I mean, she's in Hollywood. She's been a left winger for a lot of years. I don't begrudge any of this. I think it's, at this point, I'm wasting my breath. I think it's dumb for your career, but, Julia is probably a big enough name. It kind of doesn't matter. And, from a Hollywood perspective, since she's left wing, I mean, she's in the clear. People still keep giving her work, and they'll still be fine with her. Now, if she went the other way, forget it. They tear her down. Like, Pratt's not even saying he's a Trump supporter. They just suspect he's a Trump supporter, and they go after him. Julia Louise-Dreyfus, she's like the greatest person in the world, gets to go on Good Morning America and promote her political causes. I mean, so. But she was also an actress who was in something very political. So that's sort of like her, that overlap of her role and what she's actually doing kind of makes it slightly more acceptable since she's kind of already in the mix. It would be similar if, like, Trevor Noah or Seth Meyers or John Oliver did an event like that. They're already doing political stuff anyway. It's not going to hurt, probably not going to hurt them more, but I mean, she's at least more of an actress now. And on the other side of the aisle, Rob Schneider continues to mock Gavin Newsom for the lockdowns. He posted this today. I'm making a list of people who could care less about following Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home order. So far, I have number one, Gavin Newsom. He posted a picture from the French Laundry. Schneider, I mean, who knew? Who knew he would be so cool? now that I know he's more politically aligned with me, now I like him a whole lot more. But I always thought Rob was kind of cool because I heard a lot of behind the scenes stuff about him and Adam Sandler that just heightened my comedy respect for Schneider by 1,000. I heard this story. I don't know if it's true. I want to believe it's true. I'll tell you, it's a bit of a gross story, but this is supposedly what happened. Schneider was working on one of Adam Sandler's movies. I forget which one. He might have been cut out of it. But he had to come down for the day. And it was Sandler's birthday, I think. And Sandler wasn't there. And like typically like Sandler's like a much bigger star. And sometimes he's just such a big star. He just big leagues, yeah, apparently. But they're really tight. So he got down there, and for whatever reason, Sandler wasn't there, and he thought he would be there, and he was annoyed because he literally flew in for the day, and then they had like nothing for him to do, so he kind of like totally wasted his time. So the guy I know who told me the story asked him for a Ziploc bag, so he got a giant Ziploc bag, and Schneider runs off with the Ziploc bag into the bathroom, comes back a few minutes later, and he's taking a big dump in the bag. And then he went to Sandler's trailer and pinned it to the door of the trailer and wrote "Happy Birthday" in magic marker on the bag. And I just thought that was hilarious. That he flew out all that way just to wish Sandler a happy birthday and did that. I mean, that's a true friend. That's a true comedian friend, by the way. And, you know, that's why people don't like comedians. But finally, something super serious. Super serial. We cannot survive. My staff cannot survive. Emotional saloon owner berates LA Mayor Garcetti for giving special treatment to film industry. And if you watch this video, which I guess I could show you since it's on Twitter and it's going viral.
So this is my place, the Pineapple Hill Grill and Saloon.
It's the
you go
Pineapple
to my page, you can see all the work
Grill
I did
and
for outdoor
Saloon.
dining, for tables being
And she's
7 feet
struggling
apart. And I come in today because I'm organizing a protest, and
yeah, and
I came in
she's struggling and she's organizing a protest. This here is the craft services for a film right in the same parking lot.
I'm losing everything. Everything I own is being taken away from me. And they set up a movie company right next to my outdoor patio, which is right over here.
It's disgusting.
And people wonder why I'm protesting and why I have had enough. They have not given us money and they have shut us down. We cannot survive. My staff cannot survive. Look at this.
This is the hypocrisy of Hollywood. And LA and the Democrats. Garcetti's another Democrat, by the way. There's absolutely no reason that woman can't open her business. It's ridiculous. First off, it's sunny in LA all the time. It's in the 70s. There's absolutely no reason she should be locked down. They make a special exception for the movie people because they have tons of money. That's big money for it's the only tax base they got left. Newsom, Garcetti, you guys should be ashamed. You should be recalled. I totally agree with Schneider. Recall Gavin Newsom. Recall Garcetti. It's just terrible. You know, you've got people's livelihoods going down the tubes. Oh, but you're fine. You know. Newsom gets to go to a fancy restaurant whenever he wants. Whenever he wants, if that's okay. I bet if he ate at the Pineapple Grill, they'd make special accommodations because, you know, that's the way it works, right? It's sad. It's sad, but this is where we're at. You know, these people are just shutting down businesses and driving them out. It's sad. I mean, think about all the money she had to spend just to build that. Just to build that. On top of the fact that she had probably been closed for God knows how long. And then she's forced to build that to accommodate Newsom's wacky rules. instead of just accommodating people inside and social distancing as best they can. Or how about letting people decide whether or not they want to risk it going out? Because guess what? We'd already have herd immunity if we had done that. If we had done what Sweden did, told everybody to wash their hands, told everybody to wear a mask and keep social distancing as best you can, we'd already be past all this. We would already have herd immunity. But instead, we've got this again. It's like these people won't be happy until every small business is destroyed, so that the big chain stores can come in, take the spot of an old bar or a closed business, and reap the benefits of the location and the former people. But who's going to have any money left to even do that at this rate? Who has money now? I mean, people are getting crushed. And the movie industry is getting crushed. These people are insane. There's absolutely no reason for them to close. And it's a shame. But maybe it's what Hollywood deserves. After all these years, after all the hypocrisy, after all the... certainly this woman doesn't deserve it. So when Hollywood spirals down the drain, years ago I would have been very upset by that. These days I'm just like, maybe it's time for them to go.